So hello guys, this is Osiris FX and I'll be giving a market breakdown for week 30, that is this week. So starting off with Euro NZD as my first pair. That's the daily chart of it. Last week, as you can see, we've had large momentum to the upside, finally getting out of the range that we were stuck in. Now price is currently bouncing off and being rejected by the daily 200 EMA and the daily 50 that will be coming up. Here I see a possible scenario being this blue intraday key level marked by the blue zone, plus this key level lining up together and a 100 EMA lining up together for a nice short that could be taken from there around this, let's say, upper key level at 1.757 area with a roundabout, it's quite a big SL, being it's 5 pips above the intraday key level, so around about an 85 pip SL for I would be hoping for a 1 to 5 risk reward. So that would be around 120, 130 pips. So all the way back down to the current level that we're at. Further, there's not much in it, as this before, as the area that we're in before is a more or less ranging area. So I would be hoping that this bounce off this key level would work. On the downside, last week I was hoping for either a breakdown or a breakup. That breakdown didn't happen, so we're on our way up towards the key levels that I just mentioned. That's it, more or less, for the daily. On the 4 hour, we have here a trade that I posted into the watch list last Friday. It was a Friday trade, so I wasn't expecting too much movement to happen, so that's why I was already anticipating of holding it throughout the weekend. We saw here a trend line with 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5 touches. The 5th touch was the break. Here it broke out the trend line and the 200 EMA at the same time, and the long was taken from here. Unfortunately, yesterday or last night during market open, price did manage to gap down 43 pips, and depending on where your entry was, I think I entered a bit above that, plus spread managed to unfortunately SL me out. This trade did its 30 pips, so TP1 and then break even. Right now we are most probably around about break even, so that trade only managed to do TP1. What I can see is here I just found a trend line that could possibly be lining up to round about that area. Depending how fast price can move up there. This trend line could also be used either for the next key level, actually, to be honest, or the upper bound of this key level. Now that I'm also looking at it, I'll most probably be placing actually a pending here with a 50 pip SL, just in case, to take into account that trend line, so that if price does manage to only reject the upper region of this key level, so that we don't get SL'd out just because of that. That's about all the new opportunities that I currently see for this pair as of Monday. As last week, we finally made it out of the ranging market that we were in. Unfortunately never managed to retest it on this blue zone or on this wick. We got close to it here, but we made about a 300, a nice leg up, but then started to, or are in again, a ranging market that is ranging at about 130 pips. So There's nothing solid that can be taken there, as also the EMAs are all bunched up together right next to each other. So it's not really giving a clear picture. So let's move on to NZD USD. This pair, I am sad to say, is looking even worse, as you can tell here for the past, here it says about 10 periods, yeah, for the past 2 weeks we've been in a more or less ranging market, trying to break down, making higher lows but not making higher highs. So at the moment it is getting squashed into a triangle pattern, as we can see right here. Oh, let me change that. It is getting squashed into a triangle pattern, so we're awaiting a breakout either side, either to the upside or the downside. Hoping for the downside, to be honest, as there is a much greater risk to reward ratio trades able to be taken towards the downside, as there's much more way down that it can go. Here we can see that this area could be a nice trade. We could get a 50 EMA break and a break of this trend line that has had, oh my bad, that has already had 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. So this could be quite a nice play. Keep you guys updated if that position is going to be taken. So yeah, here we could see possibly a break of this 50 and a break of this trend line to the downside, retest it, and then go down to this key level, that which has been holding up really well. So as it's had many touches, hopefully finally we can see a break of it as well. What could be taken is, if that does happen, this trade of the 200 EMA, which has not been touched for honestly ages, could be taken with this key level and a 61 fib. But yeah, that all depends on what price could do. For the upside, I'm hoping it doesn't break out to the upside, but there are a couple possible scenarios. Here could be a short from this one to here would be a third touch, where a third touch can be taken. Hopefully, actually, this could line up with the current sell that we're trying to take. So we could take a third touch here, 30 pips, break past it, come back up, and then go further down to the downside. Here I would be taking, usually on NZD USD, I take around about 30 pip SLs, as this pair does not move that much, so a tighter SL can be used. Here, yep, looking around about, yeah, 35. I'd be taking a 30 pip SL on this trade for a, hopefully, all the way down to this key level, a 1 to 2.5, something like that, risk to reward, with a possible scaling at around about this break, if that does happen. Further, there's nothing much here, as yeah, price has been ranging and just breaking past and not really using the 50 EMA whatsoever. The reason that NZD USD has been rising, in my opinion, is because of gold, as gold has been in an absolute insane leg up for the past, since the beginning of the year, to be honest, due to safe haven flows, which makes sense. A possible trade, that's most probably been missed by now. This trade could have been taken, a third touch on the gold, but that missed the trend line. So that was kind of close, but not there yet. Furthermore, on gold, I prefer to chart it out on the daily, but on the daily, as we can see, we only see movement to the upside. Here, let me update the fib that could be possible. Here it's, as we can see, this is how I'd be using a fib. Here we see the nice way down to the 38, never closed below, but many wicks, 1, 2, 3, almost 4 wicks in that area, so we can extend it further. And yeah, this is where we could see possible long trades being taken from this 38 and a key level here. Here we can see a 38 using this major wick and all these wicks. As we can see, when there's a solid break, it retests it. So here we could possibly see a 3 confluence trade being a 38, a key level, and a 50 EMA being taken. That's all I see on the daily at the moment. Here there's also a really steep trend line with that I've marked as blue. This could be possibly used for a break and retest, but I would not be taking a third touch off of it myself. Further, yeah, that's about it. That's all I see for this pair. Lastly, a final trade that could be taken would be a break of this trend line that has been well respected here with multiple touches on it. 1, 2, 3 touches, break, retest, and then it's been touched multiple times ever since. So what we could be seeing is a move to the downside and then a break and retest of it with a break and retest of the 50. So that could be a possible play even around about this area, so we can implement and use this daily trend line that could be broken and retested. But yeah, we'll have to see and we'll keep you updated. That's all I see for this pair. Moving on to Euro Odd. This pair trades and moves a lot like Euro NZD. So as we can see, this pair has also been in more or less a trending in a ranging market for the past 6-7 days, and it managed to break out, and now it's just like Euro NZD, stuck at a key level that hopefully it will finally break out of. Otherwise, there's still that third touch possibility here with a third touch from the weekly chart. That's all I have for the downside, where depending where the pair could bounce up from. On the upside, however, they have many more pendings. Here, I was hoping for this 50. Here, there is a intraday key level, a normal key level, and a jumble up of these EMAs. To be honest, a 200 EMA, this yellow 200 EMA, and this white grayish 100 EMA that could meet right here for a solid short that could be taken. That would actually be a really nice short, as here I would be playing in roundabout also on the daily chart an 85 pip SL till around about back down to this key level, so 130 pip TP, which would be around about a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio, which is not that bad. I don't see anything else on the daily. Week also on a Friday, a trade was sent out into the watch list, which was this trend line that had 1, 2, 3 touches, was broken. Trade was supposed to be taken around about this area. And this pair also gapped down during market open, but thankfully it didn't gap that much as Euro NZD did, plus the spread. So this position managed to stay live and did 50 pips, so TP2 all the way up. I'm not liking the way that the previous 4-hour candle closed though, as this is a shooting star on a key level, meaning that sellers are currently in control, forcing the price down, closing it below the key level. So that is a problem for this trade. This is a problem that this trade can encounter towards the upside. But at the moment I advise SL to break even for anyone in the trade. So at the moment we're floating about 20 to 17 pips in profit, and yeah, hoping that price doesn't move down. Here I do have a couple pendings towards the downside if price does start moving down. Here I have a trend that has 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, so anticipating a break of the 5th touch here. So here that would be a break retest of this trend line plus this 50 EMA in that area. So a nice trade could be taken from there. And towards the upside here, I only have many key levels that have not been touched in a while, so those could be possible pending, a couple possible pendings, but I'll keep you guys updated in the watch list in the Discord, and all the really solid, I'd say 2 to 3 confluence trade would be sent to Prometheus. And that's about it for Euro Odd. I also have a rough draft of a couple GBP pairs, being GU and GJ. If you haven't watched FX Machiavelli's breakdown of them, I'd recommend you to strongly watch that. Here on the daily, there is not much to be seen. There is a possible third touch here, and there is this trendline that has been almost touched, missed it 3 days, around about 3 times in a row by 11 to 12 pips. I would not be willing to take a trade on there, but I would be willing to take a break and retest of it towards this upper trend line, where a third touch will definitely be taken. Quickly moving on to the H4, as hopefully you've seen FX Machiavelli's video. Here you can see this trend line that has been dominating for the past I'd say it's been dominating for the past 4 to 5 touches, so we'll see if we see a break of it. Here there's a more recent third touch trend line, which didn't work out, as you can see. Last week I sent out also on a Friday, which was unfortunate, a break and retest of this trend line that did 1, 2, 2, 3, 4 touches. The pending was a sell in this area, but as we can see, that was really choppy movement on a Friday, where the pair broke down with a really solid candle to the downside, but then managed to come back up and ended up 30 pips above. I personally held this trade throughout the weekend, and as market opened, I just set SL to break even, so I managed to get out break even myself, but the trade did do, depending where you got in, almost TP1. Excuse me. Here, I would be amending this trend line towards here. Last week's low that it made, as you can see, it already did a third touch, but there could be a possible break and retest of this trend line coming up here, so that could be a position towards the downside. And towards the upside, I'd be hoping for a break and retest of this trend line plus key level for a possible leg up for, I'd say, 50 to 70 pips until this daily short. On GJ, moving up real fast here, it's been more or less in a downward ranging market, making lower highs and lower lows, mostly staying and not getting any further below than this 50 EMA. There's still a possible third touch that could happen this week. I have price alerts set, and a possible third touch that could happen. I don't think it's going to be happening this week, to be honest, as price is still very far away from it. And then on the H4, what I see here is a trend line that has had 1, 2, 3 touches. 4 actually, here it just broke out, so there could be a possible live trade that I could be taking from a retest of this trend line. But yeah, I'm going to sit on my hands for now, as price is still on GBP kind of sporadic, and it's been in this more or less zone-ish area ranging. This is at the moment a 1 confluence trade, so it will not be taken by me personally. And that's about it. That's about it for my market breakdown. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for any updates that I'll be posting this coming week. Thank you. Bye.